Hey, Mom, can I bring a friend over today?
Wow, you're already making friends? You've only been at your new school for a few days now. That's great.
What can I say?
Well, aren't you a social butterfly? Just like I was. Of course they can come. Although, I have to admit, I was worried switching schools in 8th grade would be difficult, but this is good. Are you part of a friend group now and everything?
Mom, you worry too much. Even in a worst-case scenario, I've got plenty of things that I like doing by myself.
I suppose that's true. Oh, will your friends be coming to dinner as well? How many people?
Just one. Her name is Mia. She says she's not picky about food.
Good to know. Maybe I'll pull out all the stops and try out a new recipe on you guys.
Just what you normally make is fine. Thanks, Mom. Mom, I'm sorry. It looks like I might be a bit late.
You know I want you to come home right away since you decided not to do any extracurricular activities. Are you on your way home right now?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
It's getting dark earlier now, so be careful, okay?
I know, Mom.
Oh, and by the way, there was something I wanted to ask you.
Yeah?
It's about your friend Mia. I was talking to one of the neighbors earlier. Apparently Mia was in reform school until a little bit before we moved here. Do you know if that's true?
Yeah. It's true.
Oh, really? I was so surprised when I heard. She seems so nice.
I know, right? Me too. But Mia is a good kid. I'm sure of it.
I don't think they put good kids in reform school. But you're right. She's got good manners, at least. She didn't strike me as a bad kid at all.
Right? I knew you'd understand. Actually, some kids at school told me I shouldn't hang out with her. One of my teachers even pulled me aside and seemed a bit worried. I don't think anybody understands her.
So then why did she get put in reform school? I've heard that you can technically get sent there as young as 12. But I've also heard that it's rare for kids that young.
Well...
Is it something you don't want to tell me?
No, it's fine. Everyone else already knows anyway. It's just, I don't want to gossip about Mia like this.
See, that's one of the best things about you, honey. It's really wonderful to be considerate of other people's feelings. But I think it'd be best for me to know about this. I promise I won't talk to anyone else about it, okay?
Okay. Mia got caught shoplifting a few times. And even though she got caught, she kept on doing it. And then one time, she was waiting for her mom to come pick her up from holding, but her mom refused to take her back. Kids our age normally don't get sent to reform school because their parents come and pick them up, but with everything Mia had done, there wasn't much else they could do.
Okay, I see. I wonder why she shoplifted so much.
Even Mia said she doesn't know why. Anyway, she says she doesn't do it anymore. I think she really got reformed.
I guess so. Well, she might have had a lot going on, but if it ever seems like she's going to do it again, I want you to stop her, okay?
I know, of course I will.
Okay, I'm trusting you. But you've been coming home late recently, you know that. I don't want to butt into your life with your friends, and you should be able to hang out with who you want to. Anyway, all I'm saying is that I trust you. But just so you know, if you keep breaking curfew because you're hanging out with Mia, then your father and I might start to think that Mia is having a bad influence on you. So try to keep that in mind, okay?
Okay, sorry.
It's fine, as long as you understand. Anyway, I'll stop bothering you for now. Thanks again for telling me about Mia. And we're having hamburgers tonight, so get home quick.
Yay! Okay, on my way.
Sophia, it's past curfew. Sophia, what's going on? Didn't you just tell me the other day that you would stop doing things that make us question your judgment?
I'm sorry. I'll head home soon.
What are you doing? Are you with Mia? Sophia! Don't ignore me!
Mom, I need your help. Mia collapsed all of a sudden.
What?
She's burning up. I've been taking care of her. But I think she just went unconscious.
What happened? Where are you right now?
We're in an empty building behind the school.
What? What are you doing there?
She said her mom has been treating her worse than usual lately. So we've been meeting up here lately.
Is that right? Okay, you can give me the details later. Just send me your location for now. I'll come and get you.
Thanks, Mom.
Hello. Sorry to bother you so late. My name's Kelly. I'm not sure if I have the right number. Is this Mia's mother, Catherine? There's something I need to tell you about Mia. Yeah, this is Catherine. What is it? What's she done this time? Thank you for responding. It seems my daughter Sophia and Mia have become really close recently. I'm sorry it took me so long to introduce myself. Oh, I don't see any reason you should need to introduce yourself. So, what is it that you want to tell me? Is that it? I've taken your daughter to the hospital. She had a really high fever and passed out. She took some medicine and now she's relaxed and sleeping well. So what? You trying to ask me to pay the hospital bill or something? You were the one that decided to take her to the hospital all on your own, right? I'm not paying you a single penny. No, that's not it. I called you because I wanted to ask if Mia can stay at our place tonight, so that she can get a good night's rest. Go ahead. By all means. I can't believe people these days, sticking their noses in other people's business like this. Since you decided to take care of her without asking, then do whatever you want. But I tell you, if you come here asking me to give you money for all this, we're gonna have some words. We've got no money to be wasting on stuff like this over here. Oh, I'm well aware of that. Huh? I've heard all about your situation from your daughter. You guys are on welfare, aren't you? Yeah, what about it? You're trying to say I should have money because the government helps us out? No, not at all. But if you're on welfare, then you don't have to pay medical fees, right? So why wouldn't you take Mia to the hospital? You know what? Since you have no idea what you're talking about, I'll fill you in. You have to go to the welfare office to get free hospital care. There's a lot of steps to it. If that's all it is, then you should do it, shouldn't you? What the hell? I'm in so much pain every day that I can barely work. I don't know where you get off saying something like that. I'm sorry about that. But it's not just that. From what I understand, you're not feeding her regularly either. So I hear she's gotten in trouble for shoplifting quite a few times. Why is that, I wonder? You don't even have enough money to buy food? She has school lunches. What do you think I send her to school for? She's in middle school. She can't live off just school lunch, especially not at her age. And what about weekends and holidays when she isn't in school? How can you be so cruel to your own daughter? Will you stop telling me how to take care of my own child? Are you out of your mind? I want to be able to eat what everyone else is eating too, but I push through it somehow. We're not as rich as you, so don't go judging us by your white-collar standards. From what I hear, welfare provides more than enough money to live off of. Case in point, I hear you order DoorDash all the time. Are you eating all that takeout all by yourself without giving any to your daughter? If you use that money to cook at home, then she would have more than enough to eat. Who do you think you are? What are you, my caseworker or something? No, you're just my daughter's friend's nosy mother, so get off my back. If you're so worried about Mia, then why don't you take care of her? Can I? I'll do whatever you feel like. God knows that I won't miss her. She wasn't even cute as a baby. The only reason she's still here is because it's too much of a pain to get rid of her legally. She looks just like my ex-husband, and she pisses me off. So believe me, if I could throw her out, I would. That lazy scum won't even pay child support. I take better care of her than he would, at least.
I understand. Well then, I'll look after Mia from now on. Otherwise, I'm afraid she'll just get sick again.
Yeah, good luck with that. While you're at it, feel free to take care of her all the way until she's done with school. Hey, what the hell did you do? Do you have any idea what you just did?
Ah, hello. Did your conversation about Mia go well? Thanks for doing that.
Don't mess with me. I've been called into child services. They said I don't take care of my kid properly. It was you, wasn't it? You put her up to it.
I was the one who suggested it, but Mia was the one who decided to go. She's a responsible young girl. She can make her own choices. Anyway, we told them about all the things you've done to her up until now.
You've gone way too far. Why are you doing all of this anyway? What are you getting out of it?
Nothing. This is just the logical result of talking with Mia. She doesn't want to go hungry and have to shoplift for food anymore. All she wants is a place to sleep and enough food to eat. This is what she has to do to get that.
She's going to be in high school in less than a year. Just a few more years until she's 16 and she can get a job. I was counting on that extra money coming in. Now what am I supposed to do?
Are you saying you were going to make her drop out of school and work?
Duh. She has to pay me back for giving her a place to stay all these years, doesn't she? Otherwise, what would have been the point of me having her?
Mia said she wants to go to college. And from what I hear, she's very intelligent, gets good grades. What you're suggesting would completely ruin her future. There are a lot of systems in place to help out struggling families.
Look, I told you already. I don't feel the same way about my kid as you do. She's just like her father, and I can't stand it. Do you believe that crap about parents loving their kids unconditionally? You don't understand how the world works.
I'm well aware of how the world works. My mother was just like you.
Oh, is that right? You're saying you were just like me as a kid? I guess that adds up, considering you piss me off just as much as she does.
You can think whatever you want about me. I don't care. But what you've been doing is a crime.
Oh, is that right? A crime?
You have legal responsibility for your daughter. You get more money from the government because Mia is your dependent. So you have an obligation to take care of her. Just sending her to school is not enough. And putting her in the hospital for malnourishment is a crime in and of itself.
You're full of it.
You have a smartphone, right? Why don't you look this up yourself? The government's cracking down on this stuff lately, so I think they'll be all over your case.
Hold on a second. This isn't enough to arrest me over.
You think so? I don't know, but I believe you have some other offenses under your belt, don't you? It sounds like you've been working at getting paid under the table while you've been collecting unemployment checks. I believe that's considered fraud.
Huh? Did Mia tell you that too?
That's right.
You're lying. She knows better than to go against me like that. She's listened to everything I've ever said. And when she got caught for shoplifting, she didn't tell them anything. She wouldn't try and get me in trouble like this. I know what this is. This is just some crackpot idea that you cooked up to harass me.
You just said a moment ago that a parent doesn't have to unconditionally love their kid. The same thing should apply to kids. Do you really think Mia loves you no matter what?
Of course she does. Who else does she have?
Then if you understand that already, that makes you even worse. Kids aren't possessions. They're individuals with their own unique personalities. The reason Mia hasn't gone against you until now is because she thought she couldn't survive without you. But that's not love.
Hey, let me talk to her. I want to talk to her directly. I want to apologize for everything I've done. She'll understand. She's my daughter, after all. You don't get to call her your daughter only when it suits you. Anyway, she's under protection right now, so it won't be easy for you to talk to her. Just give it up. It's time for you to atone for what you've done to her. If you help me, I should be able to meet with her, right? Please, I just need to talk to her. If you have something you want to say, then you could say it to a child services worker. You know, kids have a lot more on their mind than adults think they do. And because they don't know about the world yet, when you hurt them, they think it must be normal. Mia has been pushing through this pain the whole time. She didn't talk back or anything. Thought she was doing okay. Well, how would you feel if you had to live in her shoes? Wouldn't you find it totally unbearable? I don't know. Maybe. You should treat people the way you want to be treated. Even kids know that. Alright, fine, I'm a bad mother. I get it already. But I don't want to lose my way of life, okay? I'll do anything you ask. I'll listen to anything you have to say. So would you help me out? Just this once. I think if you said something to Mia, you could change her mind. You don't regret anything, do you? I'm going to show this whole conversation to child services. What? No! Wait a second! Mia is the only reason you've been able to live the way you've been living until now. But it's time for you to let all of that go. It's time for you to give her a better life. After that, the court put a restraining order on Mia's mother. She lost custody a while later. She didn't end up getting arrested over how she treated Mia. But she was charged over $15,000 in fines for the illegal welfare payments she received. Even though it was her first offense, she was sentenced to prison. It takes a lot for someone to confess the crimes of their own mother. Honestly, I was worried about a girl as young as Mia having to deal with this. But she's more cheerful now than she was before, so actually I feel a bit relieved. By the way, I found out the reason why Mia and Sophia became friends. Sophia saw Mia about to shoplift one day, by chance. So Mia said something to her about it, and their conversation at that time was the start of their friendship. Sophia started asking Mia to come to dinner so that she wouldn't have to steal food to eat. I wish I knew what was going on much sooner. But it takes courage to tell other people about your friends' struggles. I'm just happy that Sophia realized what was going on so quickly and was able to help Mia. After Mia's mother went to jail, Mia was put into foster care and was transferred to another school. But they should both end up in the same high school. Until then, they're going to stay friends and do homework together. And Mia still comes over once a week and stays for dinner with us, just like before. From now on, I want to support both of these girls as much as I can. After all, that's my job as an adult.
Hey, Rose. You're going to be leaving for a business trip today, right?
Huh? What is it, Trisha?
You told me about it at the memorial service, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm already at my destination. What about it?
We only got each other's contact information at the memorial service, right? Even if we are cousins, I thought it would be rude to contact you when you're busy, so I thought I should ask you about it.
Oh, is that so? Well, just text me whenever there's something you need to tell me. I already told you this at the memorial service, but just know that there are going to be times when my replies are going to be really slow.
Got it.
Good morning, Mrs. Yates. Is now a good time?
Oh, Mr. Hunt? It's unusual of you to contact me like this by text.
Yep, even though we did exchange contact information when I moved here.
I mean, it's faster to just talk to each other in person when you live in the room next door. So, what's the matter?
Well, this is going to sound rude, but I have a question for you. You said that you were going to be gone for a while, right?
Oh, yes. About 2 more weeks.
The lights in your room are on every evening.
What? I'm currently on a business trip, so there shouldn't be anyone in the house.
Yes, it looks like the lights are being turned off during the day, which caught my attention, so I decided to contact you. It's not like you come home from your trip occasionally, right?
Yep. I haven't been home since I left.
Did you ask one of your acquaintances to check in on your house then?
I asked my landowner to do that for me, but I doubt he would visit every evening.
Huh. So what is it then? Maybe a thief.
What?
Oh, never mind. I guess it's strange for a thief to visit every night, but if it's not your landowner, then that means that someone must have a spare key to your room.
That's probably not the case. My parents' house is far away as well, so...
Do you have any relatives living nearby?
I have 2 cousins who live at a place that's a 20-minute drive from my house, but I haven't given them spare keys.
Don't you think that this is quite serious?
It seems so. I'll tell my company about it and come home this evening.
Should I tell your landlord about it?
Yes, it might make things go smoother if you told him what you know about the situation.
Understood. Oh, and please contact me when you arrive. The landowner is a woman past her 70s, so I think that it would be helpful to have the help of a man at times like this.
Thanks, that would be really helpful.
Well, come home safely then.
Yep, thank you for contacting me. Hi, Mr. Hun. Thanks for contacting me in the afternoon about the situation. I just arrived at my landowner's house.
Hi, Miss Yates. It must have been a long trip.
My landowner already checked in on the house for me, and when she looked through the window, it seems that the light in my room on the 2nd floor really was turned on.
I was able to get home from work a bit early today, so I was observing your room. It seems that the person arrived 1 hour earlier than you. The window was open strangely, so I did a bit of eavesdropping and,
What is it?
well, I think I heard the voices of a man and a woman.
What? A man and a woman?
Well, what they were saying was, they must have been having sex based on what they were saying.
Huh?
Sorry if I'm wrong, and it's just my misunderstanding.
Oh, don't be. Thank you for the information. Me and the landowner are going to be entering the house now. I know it's a hassle, but would you mind coming with us?
Understand. I'll be waiting in front of your room.
It was you, Trisha? Where did you run off to? You're only fast when you run away. Huh? Why are you back so early? That's not the problem. Why are you using my house as a hiding place for cheating? You were always the type of person who did whatever they wanted, but cheating on your husband while he's on assignment on his own is going too far. Hold on. Weren't you supposed to be abroad for 2 weeks on a business trip? Huh? Abroad? That's why I thought we could use your room instead of going to a hotel. My business trip was just to a neighboring prefecture. Huh? That's not the point, though! You used my spare key without my permission, didn't you? Let me guess. Was it at the memorial service 1 month ago? Yes. I heard that you were going to be abroad for 3 weeks on a business trip, and I also noticed that there was a locksmith near the shrine we had the memorial service at.
I thought that this was the perfect chance, but why have you come back so early?
It's Candace, our other cousin, not me, who's going abroad on a business trip.
Huh? Candace?
You were sitting right behind us at the memorial service, right, Trisha? That's probably when you overheard us talking about how we were going to go on a business trip at the same time. You probably had it mixed up and thought I was going abroad and Candace was staying in the country.
But you work at a foreign firm, right, Rose? Which is why I thought for sure that you were the one going abroad.
I see. So you've got even that wrong. I work at a medium-sized company that just has a few offices around the country.
Huh?
It's Candace who works at a foreign firm.
No way! There's no way Candace, who grew up poor and without a proper education, could get into such a place.
It looks like you haven't changed and how you're still full of prejudices. Don't you know how hard Candace has worked up until now? She got into university with a scholarship that exempted her from having to pay a tuition since her grades in high school were so good. She even graduated at the top of her class since she's so smart.
Wasn't she a high school graduate?
Wow, how far do your prejudices go?
Fine, who cares? It's not like you know who my boyfriend is or anything.
Speaking of which, wasn't the man you fled my room with back there Candace's fiancé, Mr. Tyson?
You know?
Candace introduced me to him just recently, so we've met each other before.
No way.
When I barged into the two of you back there, he made a face looking like he knew he screwed up and said my name. It was Mr. Tyson, without a doubt, right? I'm going to tell Candace about this.
Hey, hold on!
Of course I'm going to tell your husband about it as well.
I said hold on! I got divorced with my husband. Because you had to go on and tell him what happened.
This is about the business trip 3 months ago, right? I already know what happened. It seems that Candace canceled her marriage with Mr. Tyson as well. I heard you made Mr. Tyson pay alimony for you?
Well, kind of. I mean, I was thinking about stealing him from Candace from the beginning. It all started when I thought to myself that Candace didn't deserve a man like him. So I decided that I would have him for myself, who's a much better match for him. I mean, he's so much more high-spec than my ex-husband, and he's more rich and handsome as well.
Huh?
By the way, it's been 100 days since I got divorced, so I married Mr. Tyson. My ex-husband was a pretty high-spec himself, and he let me just relax at home as a housewife. But I guess I got an upgrade. And from now on, I'm a celebrity housewife that relaxes at home. I'm so lucky, it's kind of unfair.
Mr. Tyson is unemployed currently. Did you know that?
Huh?
The company he was running with his friend went bankrupt half a month ago.
Bankrupt?
I heard that to pay off the debt, he had to take a loan out because of the bankruptcy. He's now working part-time while looking for a new job.
He's in debt?
I heard that that's part of the reason why he and Candace delayed their wedding ceremony, which they've been planning to have the next spring. And yet, given his situation, you still made him pay your alimony for you. He might be in even more debt now than he was in the start.
You're joking, right?
The reason you were using my room as a secret hiding place was because Mr. Tyson told you that going to hotels was too expensive. So he wanted to meet at your house, where your husband was gone because of his assignment elsewhere, right?
Huh? Well, yes, that's why.
This is just my speculation, but he was in debt, so he probably didn't want to spend too much money.
But there are a few cameras placed in your house to keep watch of your pet, right? And you knew that there was a chance that your husband would check in on the cameras from where he was assigned, meaning that if you brought Mr. Tyson in your house, you would have surely gotten caught. During that time, you happened to hear me talking about how I was going on a business trip and thought of using my room instead. So you made a spare key without telling me, and that's what happened, right? Hold on. I finally realized it now, but could it be the case that I'm screwed because I just married an unemployed man who's in debt? Looks like it. No way! No way! No! I won't accept this! I'm going to divorce him!
But is it going to be that easy?
Huh?
Well, you see, I'm currently with Candace right now, and she's saying that Mr. Tyson is an extremely jealous person, and if you don't put him in the palm of your hand and control him well, then you're going to become mentally unstable.
What?
She says thanks for taking her hands off of such a bothersome man.
What do you mean?
Well, that's the situation, so good luck.
Don't scare me like that. Rose!
Good evening, Miss Yates. It's been 2 months since you moved to your new room. Have you gotten used to it?
Good evening, Mr. Hunt. My move happened at the same time. It got really busy at work, so I was only able to arrange all my stuff just recently. But I only moved to the apartment across the street. The layout is similar to my old room, and the landowner is still the same. So it doesn't really feel like much has changed.
I see.
That being said, it's so freeing finally to get away from the room that was used as a secret meeting place for adultery.
I'm glad you feel that way. You live in room 202 now, right?
Yes. We're still neighbors like before, so I hope we can get along like before.
It'd be my pleasure.
On the other hand, though...
Yes, what is it?
Would you like to go out to dinner soon?
What?
I realized that I had never thanked you for helping me out with the incident a few months ago.
What? Don't worry about it. I already received some expensive sweets from you. That alone is enough, thanks.
It's not that I just want to thank you, but I thought that we could go out somewhere. So, is that a no?
No, I accept. I'm actually really happy.
I'm glad. How's 10 o'clock this Saturday?
Yep, I'm looking forward to it.
Trisha was unable to tell Mr. Tyson that she wanted to divorce him, and she was forced to take on his debt with him as his wife. But it didn't change the fact that she had stolen another woman's fiancé, so she could no longer depend on her parents since they had cut ties with her. Her dream of being a celebrity housewife that just relaxes at home was now not just a dream, but a dream inside a dream. Instead of living the life she thought she was going to live after marrying Mr. Tyson, she now lives in poverty, even though she works from day to night every day. She was immediately thrown into a horrible life. Not only that, but it seems that what Candace said was true, so that now Trisha is on the verge of mental illness. After sending her last message to me and Candace saying that it wasn't supposed to be like this, we no longer heard anything from her, since it seemed like she could no longer pay her phone bills.